Here we go. It's gonna be a loud intro, I think. I love that. Alright, welcome to one of the last few episodes of this series. So, I have done a little bit of remodeling. This took me forever. I basically wanted to install some air vents here. And the problem that I had is I had to disconnect one of these to make sure that I could install it, but I dragged it too far away, placed some welding pads in between, and then had to move them by hand with the R button. Yeah, I think that took a half an hour for this one engine to be in the correct location where it would attach again, so yeah, that was a bit painful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the ship and connect all the loose ends. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to make sure that everything is stuck to something. Either by a connector, welding pad, just to make sure there's nothing loose moving. Because when we're flying, that could give a lot of issues. Now I do know that I forgot something, so to speak, because I forgot to place one more air vent in here, mostly because I got these two that I thought looked better in here due to these propellers here. So I still need to attach this one somewhere in here, and I think I want to do that above the medical station, so I'm gonna disconnect this, change it into a conveyor block. There we go. We're gonna place a welding pad on the sides, place a welding pad on the top. Oh, it's a bit laggy. Do I have something open that is interfering? Not really. Maybe because the game knows that we're getting close to the ending. The computer is becoming self-aware. So, we're close to the ending now. And this is a good thing because Wednesday, I will be going to a festival. Which means that I will not be able to upload a video. So I will be able to plan some videos, but due to me packing and everything, it will be a bit difficult to do anything. So what I want to do is I want to see if we can at least get this series done before that. If not, then sadly it will take a little bit longer, but I want to at least get to a point where I feel like the series is at a good point. So what we want to do today in this episode is get everything on board that we can. Now I will show you a little bit what I've done in the meantime. There's a few things that I still need to do, but at least for the time being, I managed to connect this to a connector. So this is stuck now in the ship. We have room enough for the hauler and I think the lifter. So we're gonna bring those with us as well, just because you know, I have a little bit of a good feeling about those two vehicles. Don't know where I left the lift. Oh, it's on the other side because I installed those. Yep, there it is. So we want to get this in the ship, and we want to get the hauler in the ship, and then we have everything in. But what I really want to make sure we can do with this entire ship is actually get off the ground. Now, since we're going to fly off this planet with the Atlas attached, I first want to make sure that I have a method of connecting the Atlas to the pulsar. So what I already did is I made a connector here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this connection that I have over here is going to be the same. So I think I'm going to do it one higher just to make sure that we have everything set up correctly. So we're going to make a conveyor junction here, and we're going to make it look nice a little bit. Don't have any steel plates. So this is mostly a test run. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna save beforehand, of course, just to make sure that we, if something goes wrong, we can roll it back. Okay, let's try to make this look a little bit nice. So I'm just gonna make sure that this looks like it's a good connection later. And then we're gonna set up a connector on the top. And we're gonna do that with a block just to make sure that it looks as sturdy as possible. Okay. And then 3 blocks in front of it should be the attachment. Oh, something's itchy. Alright, so let's see. This is 1, 2, 3 in between. So it should be here. And then we can have the merge block on top of here. Okay, let's make this a little bit nicer. Oh, it's also the wrong color, I just noticed. Took me a long time to notice that. Let's make it gray to make it look like it's really the sturdy parts. Gonna have it like this, like this. Place some blocks in between. Block. And there we go. So we're gonna move this hauler first. Just to make sure that we have everything set. And then when everything is said and done, we can set up some programmable blocks. Then we can close the doors and we can be on our merry way. Now, if you're wondering where the rover is, I managed to finesse that one in here. Now, the problem is only it's stuck with a welding pad, not a connector. So I might change that, but for the time being, it's at least stuck in here. If it will give me issues, I will change this. But first, let's see if we can fly this. Alright, well, here we go. Time to do the first of a few problematic movements. This one can be detached, and the engine there is on. The hydrogen engines aren't on. Why are the hydrogen engines not on? There we go, the hydrogen engines are on. Then let's detach this block and be on our coupling way. Oh, the connector is giving issues. The connector is too strong, probably because both ends are too big. Let's change that. Let's put strength at disabled, and let's put this strength at, yeah, okay. We're gonna attach with a merge block anyway. This is gonna be a massive ship connected to a massive ship. Alright. I mean, we are detached. Why are we not moving? The controls are not working. Why are the controls not working? What am I doing that's wrong? This is set to main, right? Oh, this is not main cockpit. Okay, why is it still not moving? It was moving before I set the connector. Okay, can I still turn everything off? Okay, weird. For some reason, it really doesn't want to move. What am I doing wrong? Are the engines wrong? Ah, I had the... Alright, that was dumb. But, alright, let's try to do this. So we want to park the Atlas on top of the Pulsar. Time to dock these ships together. Let's hope that the proximity of the engines will not hurt the Pulsar. I think that was already the rover moving. So we might need to find a different solution for that. Okay. Let's get this done. Thanks for the annoying weather. Yeah, the rover is flying all over the place. We're gonna switch that up. I'm gonna try to connect it with a connector. I just hope it survives until then. Yeah, it's smacking. Alright, thanks for the weather. I also did it wrong. The connector and the merge block aren't aligned in the same way. But due to the proximity of the thrusters, I can't really put it lower. So we're just gonna put the merge block? No, we have to put the connector up one.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, we can't put it in. Oh, we can put it in there. Okay, good. Alright. Let's pick this up. Let's place one more conveyor junction if I'm able to. I don't think I'm able to grab items through here though. Oh, I am. Okay, good. Then I wonder if I set it up correctly. Alright, let's see. Connector. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, oh my god, it got even worse. Can barely see anything. Okay, I can see something. Let me see if I can do this in this weather. How close are the turrets to me right now? I think they're very close. Let's hope they're not in the way when I do this. But we'll get a message if that's the case. Okay, we're getting grabbed into the... Oh, there we go. Alright, let's turn these engines off. Connect that, put this to recharge. That way we'll have hydrogen. Okay. Okay. Alright. A little bit of the ship is being repaired. Then we only need to bring the projector and then we're almost done. So. The hardest part comes now. We're gonna drop a save. And we are going to remove all the stilts on this base. And then it will be only standing on its feet. Alright, that's... the game already didn't like that. Okay. That's one stilt. I believe I already removed one. I'm gonna remove this part, probably. As the final part. When I remove this block, it will probably recalculate as well. Yep. Because I really want to see if this is possible to get off this planet. Now, if it doesn't work as intended, there is a few solutions that I can do. One of which is we have a lot of hydrogen thrusters left, which we can use to just attach rows somewhere on the bottom side of the pulsar, just to have a little bit more thrust. I just hope that the thrusters on the Atlas and the thrusters on the pulsar are enough to get us into space, because the first few kilometers up are the hardest, and becomes easier the further you get. Now, I don't know if I have enough hydrogen storage to get us into space, but we'll see. Let's see, that's all the stilts? No, that's not all the stilts. We have one here. This is probably gonna lag the game as well. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. And then we're gonna use the hauler for its last 2 trips. Those last 2 stilts over here. More lag. Because there's 2 things that we want to do. One of which is get the lifter on board, and the other one is get the projector on board. And we're gonna probably install the projector somewhere very central. I was thinking about literally right here. But we'll find out. Alright, let's dump our materials. So this is just a connector piece, so that shouldn't be much of an issue. And then the last stilt is right over here. So, I don't know how badly the game will lag. I don't know if the game will crash. If the game crashes, then I will have to fix that. But here we go. The moment I remove that block, this should be recalculated as a ship instead of a base. So let's see. Oh, that was not too bad. Alright. The pulsar is now disconnected from everything else. Or from the planet at least. We're almost there. Okay. Next up, I want to make a area where I can attach the hauler, and I think I can park the hauler here. And I will build this one into a way to connect the vehicle. I might do it the other way around, because there might be more room for the wheels on this side. Alright. So, let's see. Let's remove this. Does this have interior plates? No, it doesn't. Oh, hey, interior plates. There's just way too many components. I guess this connector was used for component storage. I have not set everything up correctly, but we'll get to that later. If I ever get to the point where I'll do this playthrough again in some way or another, there's a lot of things that I would do different. I would probably use Izzy's storage mod from the beginning, just to make sure that I could use it well. I've seen some usage for them, but I just was too preoccupied with other things during this playthrough to really make use of such a thing. Maybe later. Alright. This should be enough to install the lifter, so let's get the lifter on board. The game starts to become a little bit laggier now that the ship is its own thing. Alright, this is already in the correct spot, but not in the correct orientation, so let's get our lifter in working order. There we go. Turn it around just to make sure that the connector is already aligned in the correct manner. Okay. Then And we're gonna have the front part aimed downwards so we can pick it up at the front part without issue. Let's not... Yeah, let's park it, otherwise it might roll out of the ship in the worst case scenario. Alright. Hauler. Oh my god, I left it on. Okay, it still has enough hydrogen. It was well and truly idled. Look at it. Looks almost like the space shuttle on top of like a Boeing 747. 737? 767? I don't know. Okay, why are we lagging? Please don't. Sometimes when you're zoomed in, when you're flying something, it wants to lag. Don't know why. Alright. So I know about the hauler that it will fit into the entryway quite easily. So let's see how close we can get. Right. So let's get this in there. The good thing about the lifter is that it might be wide, but it's very flat. Meaning that if we can just get it in there, we can park the hauler above it. Alright, so the wheels are just fitting. Oh my god, that is centimeters work. Alright, watch out with the batteries. Might take a lot of finessing to get it in there, but I think we can do this. Alright, let's park it. And let's first try to get that in location. Now we have some room to move the projector. I believe we can move the projector by hand. Right, driving inside of a ship is annoying though, because the wheels don't move like they should. Yeah, I'm like moving back and forwards every time. Okay. We're a little bit more to the right now. I think we can make this now. Yeah. Oh, I broke it. Damn it. That's not the first time that has happened. Let's hope it's the last time that that happened. There we go. And this makes now this also on the ship. So we have our mining vehicle, we have our lifter, we have we have enough room to fit the hauler through here. And now comes the last part. And then we can try our first real test flight to see if we have enough lift force to get everything off the ground. Then we have to think about what components we're going to bring with us, if we're going to bring any at all. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a test flight first, and if we have more than enough thrust, we'll just load some iron and some nickel and some cobalt on there, and then fly away. If we barely have enough to get off the ground, we're not going to load more, because otherwise we're just never going to be able to get into space. We're just gonna be through all of our fuel before we even... Oh. We're getting out of range for the thing and we're lagging immediately. Okay. Let's hope we lag less when we get off planet. Okay. Let's detach the projector. And let's get this thing on board. I'm gonna load it in via the mining vehicle entrance. I believe that was on this side. I was wrong about that, but that's still enough space to load that in. Okay. Let's get this in there. I have to make sure that I don't crash the projector, because I have ever only found one of them, and originally it was in the ship. We're not going to install it in the correct location, because our cryo chamber location is that. Okay. Let's just drop this off, and then just park the hauler here on the edge. Okay. Let's drag it to the correct location. Now it has a front, a left, and a right, and an upwards location, so we're gonna install it right here, just so we can walk around it in every single sense of the word. So let's see, right, this is the lower part. So can it be weld padded? Yeah, it can. Good. Then we're gonna do it. So this is the front. Let's try this. So this is the right side. Ah, it has a red dot on the front as well. Okay, can I turn this? Yeah, I can. Slightly. Nope, that's the wrong way. Can I move it the other way? I guess not. Would be very nice if you could move, but I guess you won't. Circles in a square world. It's like having a sphere in Minecraft. It goes against the natural order of things. Come on. Ah, there we go. It is done. All right. Good. So, let's get the hauler into location. Let's see how far we can get. Let's see if we can get in here without issues. Probably my base or my ship won't like it that I'm flying so low over it. Oh, don't destroy the batteries, you dumb bitch. You dumb bitch. Stop. Come on. You've flown worse. Oh, am I attached to? Yeah, I grabbed the connector. Let's move over that. And there. Let's turn the engines off. Oh, they automatically turn off because I'm connected. Good. These engines are off. This one is just standard battery. I believe I made a group for this one. So let's see. Group. Hangar doors. Which one is the correct one? That's the Atlas. Atlas. Hangar doors left, hangar doors right. Let me guess. Those are these ones. Yep. The only problem is that I called them wrong. So let's change that first. So I called them hangar doors left and hangar doors right. But of course, that has to be Pulsar. Hangar doors left. And Pulsar. Hangar doors right. Oh, that's an extra space. Now if I search for this again, then I will still have hangar doors left and right. Why am I only finding these blocks? What? This is just attached to the rest of the ship. Why are we having so much issue with this? Yeah, we have now Pulsar hangar doors. Oh, there's no space here. Let me guess. Now we have way too many groups. This one can go. This one can go. And if I search for a hangar again, then I will get 2 groups that are called that. What about now? We have pulsar hangar doors right. And we have pulsar hangar doors right. This one can go. Right, let's hit these buttons. This is the right side, so let's use this for hangar. Pulsar hangar doors right. And we're gonna set this one to open/closed. Then we have this one. This depressurizes, so we can turn this one on or off. We have these 2 that pressurize. Depressurize on, depressurize off, depressurize off. So this one we're gonna call pulsar air vents. Let's give that a little bit of a capitalization on that A, just to make it look nice. Pressure. It's called press. Air vent press, or let's do it like this to make it even better. Let's take this name. There we go. Let's select that, and let's call the other one that as well. Yes. And let's name this one depress. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna group those 2 air vents over there together. So let's see. Air vents. Pulsar hangar. Air vents. Press. Save. Now what we can do is we can set these buttons up for air vents. Brush. Let's turn these on or off. Oh, and then the other button is the depressurization. So we're gonna search for depress. And we're gonna set this one to on or off. So now we're gonna have this one off. It doesn't really have an indication that they're turned off. Okay. We're gonna set this up on this side as well, but of course with the other airlock doors. So, hangar. We're gonna have the left doors here for open and closed. We're gonna have the pressurized air vents over here, turn on or off. And we're gonna have the depress. We're gonna set this one to here, and we're gonna turn this one off. Oh, because it's toggled. Right? Yeah, it's toggle. Right. So now on both sides I can activate these 2 ways of using them. Alright, let's see. If I just close both doors. There we go. And if I press this one, then in the bottom left it should not say freeze anymore, because my air vents will automatically work. These should turn green now. Yeah, there we go. And we're at warm temperatures. How full are these hydrogen thrusters? They're stockpiling very slowly. But that's fine. We're gonna crank that up with top speed in a bit. So, I could have done all this with event controllers, and I might do that still later on, but setting those up will probably take a long time. Now, let's finally get to the point where I've been waiting for a while. We are going to go to the bridge. And this might take a while, because first what we need to do is make sure that we select all the correct... should have maybe done this before that I worked with the Atlas. Because yeah, I can see everything that the Atlas has to offer as well. Okay, but I believe that if I search for hydrogen engines... I mean, we have to turn all of them on, but... Alright, I kinda need to detach the Atlas for a bit. I set up all these. I still need to set this rover up as well. I should do that before I start flying. Okay. So let's get the batteries back up. Let's turn the engines back on. And let's detach. Oh god. What is happening? It really didn't like me pushing that button. Okay. The game is lagging. My apologies for that. I think I just gave it an order that it doesn't really like to complete. I think it's just trying to separate the two, but yeah, the game did not like that. My apologies for this probably taking some time. Oh boy, this is gonna be an endeavor. Yeah, the game is fully unresponsive. Alright, technical difficulties. I'm hoping that it comes back, but... Yeah, that's not much responsive right now. Alright, I am going to try to restart. Let's hope that we have a safe game a little bit close to it. My apologies for this. Oh, it's using 100% of my processor. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this process for a bit. My apologies, space engineers. You probably didn't like that, being closed like that. Alright, there we go. My apologies for that. That was a bit of an oopsie. Oh, yes, this. Come here. Yeah, there we go. Well. Yeah. Don't be too loud. Alright, we're loading back in. So, well, that was something. Note to self. It's probably for the best to not do that. It's just that it might be difficult to do this then if there's a mixture between thrusters from the Atlas and thrusters from the Pulsar. So let's hope next time I do this, I connect those groups first. I think... Did I not already group all the Pulsar hydrogen thrusters? I don't think so. I can check it out. I may have already done slightly that due to me just wanting to get some clutter out of the control menu. So let's just hope that I did it already. So this is your moment to hydrate yourself and sit better. So this is also your posture check for today. Okay, we were testing the... Oh, this is just after we did the test. Alright, good. Let's wait for a little bit to make sure everything is loaded in. I already closed the doors and everything. Well, let's check this. Did I already set up everything? I already set all the hydrogen thrusters. Alright, good to know. So many things. So it is all the white ones, yeah. So the orange and the yellow ones are probably from these and from the Atlas at the top. Alright. Thank you, past me, for already setting that up. Okay. Like I said before, this is just going to be a test run. So we're really only going to try and set everything up in such a way that we can fly. Alright. I just have to find those feet at the bottom. Let's just go into the K menu and see if I can find these two. Landing gear. Okay. This one. This is the other one. Alright, so these two. Let's set these to Pulsar landing gear. Let's save that and don't show the block in the terminal anymore. Alright. So we're gonna set those up in spot 1. Pulsar landing gear. Switch locks. Alright. Second. What we want as well. We want the hydrogen engines to be on. So, groups. We want the... Oh boy, there's a lot of things. Okay, what's this? This is Atlas hydrogen forward. No, we want Pulsar, hydrogen thrusters. And we're gonna just have these in a separate menu. So we're gonna have them for toggle on. And we're gonna have them here for toggle off. Then, that's all the hydrogen engines. Then we need the ion thrusters. I don't know if I grouped them. Yeah, Pulsar ion thrusters. Alright. We're gonna set these here to on. And we're gonna set them here to off. Okay. Then we're gonna have the Atlas. It's gonna be a group from Atlas. Let's search for hydrogen then. Okay, we have Atlas hydrogen thrusters. We're gonna set these here. We're gonna set them to on and off. And then we're gonna have the Atmo thrusters. Atlas Atmo thruster. Set them on and set them to off. Alright, this is just everything that I need to make sure that this is at least done. Alright, let's get all of our hydrogen filled up. So, next, we need some connectors. Because there's a connector on this side, this connector here. Oh, we're inside the ship now. We need to find this connector here. So let's search. In the G menu. No, K menu. We need to find out which connector this is. Okay, it's a bit hard to see. This might be good. Yeah. Let's search for connector. We have a few connectors. Is it this one? No. Oh, it's this one. So connector 5. Let's call that pulsar exterior connector. We're gonna set this one over here. So we're gonna have exterior connector. Set that over here to switch lock. We're gonna also set the exterior connector to no binding speed or no binding force. No binding force. There we go. Just to make sure that we don't accidentally get pulled away. What else? Batteries. So we have the Atlas batteries. Atlas batteries. I'm going to set them here to recharge on or off. One is damaged. And we don't have any power. Alright, let's check the build systems. Do we... Yeah, we're missing some power cells. Alright. Let's do something about that. We're gonna sacrifice a jump drive. Just to have some superconductors. Alright. My apologies for this jump drive too. But your components are worth more. Need to insert this somewhere. We have no way from the inside or from the outside in, but that's fine. I can't reach this. Oh, it's too close. Yeah, it's too close. How to do this? How to do this? Maybe the connector's over here. Yeah, that still works. Alright. Does that fix this? Don't hear it. We still need to do this thing here. Are they not connected in any way anymore? Interesting. I want to place a small connector basically close to one of these. If I just... wait, if I reverse this. And... I'm trying to do 15 things at the same time. Let's just... I don't think I got any power cells yet, so of course nothing happened yet.
Inventory full.
Okay, let's just dump all the superconductors in here. Until we get to the power cells.
Inventory full.
It's gonna take a while. Yeah, we're gonna leave the rocket rover here. I have no use for it. All the useful vehicles are at this point in some of the bases. Alright, halfway done with the superconductors. I want those 120 power cells. Those are gonna be a lifesaver. Alright. 4 more trips and we're done with the superconductors.
Inventory full.
Don't want to fly too fast. Don't want to die through to collisions again. I've done that a few times too many during this. Nobody say a thing. I noticed it the moment I flew towards it. I was like, oh no. So stupid. Alright, let's drop these because I don't need them.
Inventory full.
Yeah, my big mouth. Oh yeah, let's turn the lights back on.
Inventory full.
I'm a dummy.
Inventory.
I'm just happy that I never said that this was going to be a deathless run. Okay, there's some power cells. Now it can finally start. Yeah, there we go. I saw the yellow line go into the Atlas.
Inventory full.
When we get all these power cells on board, we can at least repair some stuff.
Inventory full.
Okay, then we're gonna make a connector for the rover in the top, and we're gonna see if we can close our.
Inventory full.
I think I fixed the hangar doors. I think the reason why it went wrong is because there was a previous group that had some hangar doors in there that didn't exist anymore. So every time I tried to close them, it couldn't because it was like trying to find some hangar doors that don't exist anymore. Might be due to one of the programmable blocks having a script that doesn't work anymore. There's some gravity components, but I don't think I'm gonna need them. They're pretty heavy, right? It's like 4 that I can move at the same time. Yeah, it's 4. Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. Alright. We are going to install a thing. We never installed laser antenna, but for that I need a laser antenna at a different location. And I don't have that, so yeah. Let's get some steel plates. Let's see if we can build a connector. Alright. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a little block on the other side if I can. I cannot, so let's reverse this and let's stop it there. And then we're gonna grab a little block. We're gonna switcheroo. There we go. We're gonna activate it again. Alright, let's see if we can place a connector here in a spot that will surely connect to it. This will connect. Yeah, that should connect. Okay, let's see if we can get the components. I think my microphone caught the first part of that sneeze. My very big apologies. That one overcame my quickness of trying to mute the microphone. Yep, there we go. And it can be connected. There we go. And now it shouldn't move everywhere. Let's remove this block so we don't have any parts that are bumping around. Then we're gonna close these doors. Do I have a way in without this area? I don't think so. Only the hangar door here. But I think we're gonna leave this open just so we have a way inside again. Because right now I think we're done in the Atlas. So goodbye, rover. See you hopefully on the other planet. I had to remove the wheels because it was too high to fit in there, the Atlas, but it was just the correct width. It wouldn't have fit through those doors. I needed something that was like 6 width, and this is 4. Alright. Let's get back in here. Let's dump some components. We're getting close to launch. Alright. So the Atlas batteries should now all be on. Is that not the Atlas batteries down here? Recharge on or off. Okay, there. I think some of them might then be stuck on recharge. Set them all to auto. There we go. Okay. Then we have the batteries for the pulsar. Pulsar batteries. Where are you? Where are you? There you go. Pulsar batteries. Let's set this one to recharge on or off. Both set to auto. So we have the tanks for the pulsar hydrogen tank stockpile here. Let's remove that from here and let's put that in the third menu. So we're gonna have the pulsar hydrogen tanks. Yep, there we go. Set this to stockpile on or off. Yep. Next up, Atlas hydrogen. I don't even know how much hydrogen it has. Hydrogen tank. Atlas hydrogen thrusters. I think it only has this. Wait, what's this? This oxygen tank. Alright. Set this to stockpile or off. Let's fill that. Let's fill this. Okay, good. That took some of the hydrogen from our tanks over there. I see only 3 dots on for some of them. Alright, let's turn them back on to auto. These will take probably way too long to charge all of them because we're only doing this with some windmills and some solar panels, you know, during night. So, okay, let's leave them on. Alright. Here we go. This is gonna be it. I'm actually kind of nervous for this because if this doesn't work, if I cannot get off the ground, then I will have to rethink my strategy and I will probably not get into space before I go to the festival because that will take just quite a lot of time. Alright, let's try this out. So, first off, let's activate all the thrusters. So, 2, 4, 6, 8. All the thrusters are on. Alright. And let's check. Yep, the hydrogen tanks are set to good. The batteries are set to good. Let's disconnect our connector over there. Alright, here we go. I'm very nervous to press this button. And when I press 1 now, I either tip backwards and brake, or I can fall, or I can start flying. Wait. Why, when I press spacebar, does it not activate? I'm still stuck in the ground. That's why. Okay. Turn off the engines. I'm still stuck in the ground somewhere. Right, let's set the batteries to recharge then. And let's first find out where we're still stuck in the ground. We are not a ship yet. How are we not a ship yet? Where are we stuck in the ground? How are we stuck in the ground? Doesn't make any sense. Did I mess a strut? Are some of these still stuck here? I don't think so. This is all free. Right. Is this still stuck? These? No, it should be above it. I'm probably gonna hit like a small little patch of ice and then the entire ship is gonna break free. Or something stupid like that. My god, I really want this episode to be our first launch at least. So I'm gonna keep grinding this until I find the last piece that stops me from getting out of here. Is it this? It might be this. Let's dig this out of the ground then. Ooh, got a little bit of lag there. This should be free now, at least. If it wasn't. This should be free. This should be free. What about this here? I mean, this is of the big ship of their small ship. No, this is of the... This is of the part that I attached. So this should never be inside. Maybe because I attached to it. Now it is. Because these are slightly in the ground, yeah. Could have just removed these. I spent time making this. Alright, let's just dig it out then. Didn't damage it? I think I broke it. Oh, lag. Okay. No, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. These blocks are still here. That's fine. The ship is not gonna win any beauty contests anytime soon. The ship was not designed to do that. It's still the best looking ship I have ever produced. That's saying something. These blocks are all very far away from the ice. Alright, let's activate the thrusters again and see if now they immediately activate. Okay. Let's try this again. Set these back to auto. Okay, they got 1% extra. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8. When I press space, they still are not showing that they have upwards thrust. So we're still stuck in the ground somewhere. Where? Okay, let's turn them back off. 3, 5, 7, 9. Let's reset these to recharge again. Alright. Let's try this again. Where are we stuck? I swear, if it's one of those little pieces of ice that are stuck in the bottom of my ship, I will be enraged. It's not here. It's also not here. Where could it be? It's probably not this connection. Nope. I have force dynamic grids on. So the moment it is free, it should be able to find its own. Alright, what else? No. Is it this part here? It shouldn't be. No, that was also not it. Normally when you then finally free it, you should get a large lag spike, and the whole game is trying to recalculate the parts that you freed. But still, I don't understand what part could still be stuck in ice. Is it the feet? Okay, I can check that maybe really quickly. I have a solution, or at least I have a way of finding out if there is something stuck in the feet of the ship. One of which is just removing the part. Nope. Okay. Let's hope I can place it back. Yep. Nope. Doesn't look like pieces of ice here either. So it's also not the feet. Do I maybe have to wait a little bit longer? No, it should already be done. Oh, fell almost through the ice. I remember that this was slightly above the ice, that's why I could build it, so that's also not it. Plus they end before I reach this part. Oh my god, this reminds me of when I tried to release the Atlas. That little piece of ice that screwed me over. What could be the problem now? Am I just missing something? I must be. There must be something that I am not seeing that is making it impossible for me to fly this ship right now. There was weapons underneath here, but they're gone. So that's also not it. I removed all the struts. There's no turrets that are sticking in the ground. This part is basically loose, so that's also not it. These are full blocks, so that's also not sticking out. Alright, I think I've checked the ship now, front to back, now frickin' 5 times or something. All of this is also outside of the ice. There could be ice in here. That would be shit if there was ice in here. But it is possible.
Inventory full. 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 Inventory full.
So far, no ice. Nope.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Nope.
Inventory full.
That's already it. Swear to God.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Maybe this is also why the Atlas crashed when I tried to detach it. Maybe the last bits of ice is now enough to free it up. Let's check it out once more. Ah, this game sure has its jank still. I got a percentage extra again. No, still when I press spacebar, nothing happens. Oh yeah, of course, the landing gears got changed. Because I removed them. Yep. Pulsar landing gear. But I still don't understand what's happening. Yeah. I really don't get it. Because when I turn everything on and you press spacebar, you should be able to fly at least a little bit. Or you can activate them before you deactivate the landing gear. Oh my god, this is painful. I really, like 30 minutes ago, I already wanted to make this test flight. What could it be? I swear. I'll probably smack myself once I finally find the reason. But for the life of me, I cannot figure out why. So it's good to know that all 5 of these are working. Yeah, no left, right, nothing. Is it maybe because this is not the main cockpit? Okay, let's check this out then. Okay, flight seat 2 is the main. Maybe that was the reason. But then still it would have fallen the moment I... yeah. There was a reaction that I got from Analdo that might give me some semblance of help with this. He gave me the idea for a mod, I believe. So, my apologies that this takes a long time. It's a gravity aligner. Force dynamic grids, yeah. I have that. Maybe I just need to reload. I think it was this comment, but it's risky under influence of gravity. Might listen to no. Yeah, force dynamic grids is the specific one, but that's the grid alignment. No, I think that's it. Alright, let me save real quick, and my apologies that this takes so long. I wish that it was not taking this long. If editing a video and exporting it wouldn't take 5 hours, I would edit this part out, but oh my god. Let's see if force dynamic grids is on. It should be. I think that's also the thing that causes some of the lag. Yeah, force dynamic grids is on. Alright, I'm gonna browse workshop. Alright. Ice or remove grounds. Mod space engineers mod to dig out ship. Enable creative tools and copy paste. No. Right click mining with the hand drill causes damage when you get too close to the ship. However, if one voxel is out of reach and you convert it to ship, something explodes. I usually do good faith attempt to clear out everything, then admin it out or use this mod. Nanobot drill and fill. I think that was the comment. Could automatically drill, collect ore, or fill landscape within working range. Yep, that was it. Drill and fill. Now with the there it is. Why is it only 2 stars? Okay, I'm gonna check that real quick. Why does it only have 2 stars? Bug reports. The game freezes completely. That was on the 18th of May. Okay, some people say it's fine, some people say it crashes the game. We're gonna try it out. Alright. Let's get nanobots drill and fill in here. Don't know where it is. Did I put it in here? No. Where is drill and fill? It's not here. Do I have to go out of here first and then... Is it now here? What is it called? Nanobot drill and fill. Yeah. There it is. Sure. Let's get it in. Let's hope this doesn't crash my everything. So, like I said, my apologies. I wish that this didn't happen. But it's still interesting because I've had it once with the Atlas where dug it out, where the ship would explode in a part, but that was a very tiny voxel. Would this be the same? I'm not sure. Clears out every voxel. Do I have to press a button to convert it to ship? I've done this so many times. Why is it still an issue? We're almost there. I promise. Like I said, I want to do the first test run at least in this video. I'm gonna keep doing it until I finally get it done. If this video is 2 hours long, then so be it. First off, I want this episode to at least be out, and the second off, I just want this to work. This is super frustrating. This is your hydration check moment. Good stuff. Okay, we're almost in. Failure is not an option. Oh, hell yeah, failure is an option. It's just getting back up after the failure and trying it again. Without failure, you wouldn't be able to do anything. Okay. Let's see. Yep, we're still here. Okay. What? Why? Why now? Okay. Well, at least the game didn't crash after I installed the mod, so... okay. It's working now for some reason. I can fly this ship. Alright. So, here we go. It is time for our first test run. Can we fly, or do we have to do more? We are not able to move. But the ship didn't crash, like it didn't drop to the floor. Are the dampeners on? Yeah. Okay. No, it's not enough. Okay. Well, let's try the other one then. Oh wait, I have to go to the bottom of our ship. I don't know how this thing works, but if it's the same as the build and repair system from Nanobots, then we should be fine. Where am I gonna install this thing though? Maybe right here. Well, let's try this out. Nanobot, no. Builds, no. Drill, and there it is. Drill system. Where do I build this? Radius harvesting. Okay, let's build it. See how far we can get. That's a big drill. Well, we build it without crashing. That's a good start. Let's save this before we do anything rash. Don't know why those kept puffing. Maybe because some space changed. Okay. Drill systems. Work mode. Drill. Yeah. So, settings for drilling. I just want this ship to be free. How can I do that? Settings for collecting. No. 75 per 75. Oh boy. Oh, okay. So this is the area. Well, does that mean that the feet will also get drilled out? Let's just toggle it on for a small bit. Yep, alright. Ooh, interesting. It works very different than what I expected. Oh, very different. Okay, let me change the settings for this. We're also gonna offset it. Let's turn it off. Oh. Okay, so I don't need that setting, I need the other one. So the horizontal offset should be 0. And the forwards offsets. Is it 88 or is it minus 88? Should be... Oh! Okay, this thing is... I should focus on the drill tip as where it's pointing at. Ouch. Sure. Okay, so... It's not forward offset. It is just the vertical offset then. Put to 88. Is that then? Okay, the other way. And we're gonna make it minus 40 then. Okay. We're gonna set it to minus 40. Let's see, is that a bit okay? Just gonna do it this way. Okay, and we just want it to mine this free. So we technically want it on just above this level. So we're gonna have our forward offset a little bit up. Okay. Forward offset. I set it to 40. Let's see how... Oh, okay, that's too high. Set to 30. Let's see how far we are then. Nope, no, that's the wrong one. Set to 30. Okay. How is this? Okay. Still too high. Let's set it to 15. Maybe that's already enough. Okay. Forwards offsets 15. No, 15. Okay. What about this one? Close, close. 20? 20 might be good. And then we can make the width a little bit better. 15. We're gonna make it 20. Okay. And this was the vertical offset. That was in this direction. So then we'll make the area height. No, that's area width. That's to the sides. We're gonna make it like 18 meters. Let's see if that's good enough. Okay, let's make it a little bit wider. Let's make it like 40 to 50. I swear we'll get this done. I am getting frustrated now. Let's set this to 40. Let's activate this. Alright. Let's try this. That's very specific. Well, we'll at least have enough ice in the ship, that's for sure. Why don't know why it works in such a line? Is it because of the planet itself? Interesting. It's probably gonna work over here somewhere. Yeah. Now this might take a little bit of time, but huh? It's interesting to see it work at least, but it seems like it's really able to remove all the voxels. We're gonna be overloaded on ice, but I'd rather be overloaded on ice than having a ship that's stuck. It's also just very possible that the reason why the ship is not moving is because it's way too heavy. And I hope that's not the case. It's just staying a little bit out of the range of the bottom of the ship, so let's hope that there was just one spot, and that's just the thing that gets us back into orbit. While we do this, and I hydrate, I should check the helm of the ship for a specific issue that I'm thinking of that I might be able to do. I shouldn't waste my oxygen so willy-nilly. Let's check this out. Is there perhaps in, I think it's info, convert to ship? Okay, I'm gonna save. Let's try this. Convert to ship is not possible. Why not? Why would it not be able to do that? You can convert any station into a ship. Be careful that it's not embedded in any terrain as it might explode. A ship needs to be stationary in order to convert it into a station. Why is convert to ship not possible then? Is it because there's so many things connected to it, or is it because there's really some piece of ice still down there? I wonder if this if it's considered a ship right now, or if it's considered a station. What? Oh, it's all the way over there. I wonder how it's choosing where to dig. There's probably some interesting code behind it to make it think of, like, this is the new location where I'm gonna mine. So far I haven't seen any puffs of clouds come out of this middle section. Okay, once this is done, that's fine. Okay. Ooh, that was close. Okay. There's maybe some parts here that it could still be stuck in, but it would find those if they are indeed there. Okay. That should be it. I mean, alright. Let me turn that off. And... okay. Let's turn this off. Let's turn the area off as well, just to make sure that we don't have this terrain clearing mode. Forces the drill to clear terrain instead of collecting materials when the drill is toggled on. It doesn't affect manual control. Yeah, sure, let's do that. Bit late now for it, but okay. Sound volume. Wait, no, no, please don't tell me. Oh my god. Corner of shame. 50 episodes almost of the build and repair system, making buzzing sounds in my ear, and I could have removed the sound all this time. I've tried muting it so much. Alright, let's close these doors. Let's try it again. Yep. Alright, let's go back to the upstairs room. So, let's check it again. What is the ship currently thought of as? It doesn't say, really. Building a grid partially inside of terrain automatically turns the grid into a stations. It's not possible, but why? Alright, let me search that up then. Convert to ship. Not possible. Could still be that there's pieces of voxel. So it's all just people are saying that it might be voxels. How? Where? Which part? Is it this part back here? So we at least know it didn't work. Ah, square. This is so annoying. I will flatten this entire area if it requires me. Like, these don't have a big ass hitbox either. They only stick out underneath that black yellow part a little bit. There's no plates. Right? No. No plates anywhere on the bottom. There's only these. This should be free now as well, completely. What is the problem? Oh god. Sure.
Fuel critical.
It's always so late with that message. It's not this part, is it? It was? No. No. That wouldn't make any sense if that was indeed the problem. Right? No, it wasn't. I swear. This is so frustrating. Nope, still not a ship. Okay. We're gonna do something very drastic. I'm getting a little bit spicy. Why is this so difficult? Alright. Let's do this. Let's open the door so we have easy access on both sides. Okay, show area. Then we're gonna set it to terrain clearing mode, so it wouldn't connect anything. The forward offset is gonna be 25 meters. Oh no, not 25 meters. Let's put it to 15. Let's see how low this is now. Yeah, then this block will still be in the ground. We're gonna make this... We're just gonna, you know, get really on this. This is gonna take a whole lot of time. Oh my god, do I really have to go back on my word that I wanted to have to... There's no ice holding these feet in place, no. That's also not the problem. What about here? These are half blocks? Yeah. But look at how high this hitbox is. Like, I wish it would just show me where it's still connected in the... Is there not a mod for that? Just to... Okay, what else? No, unfortunately I can't afford life. I'll take a drill and free all parts stuck in terrain, but I don't know where this terrain. No. It would be nice if the game could elaborate on what is exactly preventing it from converting it to into a ship. Maybe it's a small amount of voxel inside the engine that I can't see, so removing them and then clearing it all out might work. I'll update. No. I've had a couple of experiences where the grid refused to convert even though it looked clear. At the time I just figured out it was one of those voxel pixels somewhere I missed, but now I'm also wondering if the check that prevents the conversion is comparing to the original seed voxel created map. Not the current one, no. Structure is moving, can't get converted to station. Structure is immobile, can get converted to station no matter if it's in space or ground. Once the connector is connected with voxel ground, it is a station it can't convert unless that anchoring is abolished. So if the station completely in small blocks, you would have to use landing gears permanently for locking it on the ground and pretend to have a station. Yeah, and also I want to check the preventative comparison. Seems like this is not the issue. Oh my god. Seems like there's nothing. Everything is so far away. What could be the issue, man? Oh my god, this video is just going to be just me searching for solutions. Makes for a terrible video. Let me guess. Still not. No. Stations are more performance friendly. Yeah, but I don't want the performance friendly. I want it to be a ship. Cannot force it into a ship. Everything that's connected to this is all mine, so that's also not a problem. Small grid structures, no. There's a mod here. What is this mod? It's error, so it's been removed. Nope. I'm able to use the Alt 15 to activate Create to copy the ship and paste it back in. Elevated by a few blocks, delete the old ship and then turn the creative tools back off. At that point I was able to convert it to a ship with no problem. Do I really need to do this? Yeah, I mean, if it really is not able to it all just says if you're not able to make it into a ship, it is interacting with the voxel terrain. But it would be nice if the game could give an indication on where this was. Where we're having issues. Instead of just, you are not able to make it into a ship. That's nice, but where and why? Oh, that was lag. more lag. Like I'm just, every time I see some lag, I'm just checking if I can convert it to a ship. Nope. Like, I swear, there's just probably one piece of plates. The music stopped. That playthrough is an hour and 50 minutes. Oh my god. Do I really, really need to postpone? I didn't want to do that. Otherwise, I'll just do another restart and see if that solves the issue. I'll try that. I don't know otherwise what to do. Space Engineers mod to convert to ship. No, I don't want Gemini. Just get out of here. Yeah, I know. It's stuck in the ground. Oh my god. Demerge. Auto-convert ship. Auto-convert station to ship. The small script would automatically convert station grids to large ship grid under certain conditions. Can automatically rename detached grids. Oh my lord. I'm troubleshooting at the speed of light right now, and it's not working. That was it. I grinded away the gears and now I can convert again. Thanks for the tip. Okay. Alright. I mean, we're gonna try it. Might as well do every solution that we can. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on all the engines. Then we're gonna remove the landing gears and see what happens. Turn on all the engines. Yep. Oh wait, yeah, remove the landing gears. Let's just try it. I have to empty my inventory. lag. Okay. Let's try this. We're now like 2 hours into this video. Yeah, we just hit the 2-hour mark. Alright. Oh. What? It is flying? Oh god. Alright, okay, we need to be fast. We don't need to worry about pressurization right now. We have airlocks here. Okay, the game is lagging. Oh god, I think we're tipping over or something. It is at least lagging the game like crazy. Okay. We are too heavy, I think. Or there's still indeed a piece of ice. It is trying to move. We tilted a little bit to the left. Yeah, the back side has now hit the ground. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Oh, we did. This part is hitting the ground here. Which means that we should be disconnected. So let's turn off the drill system. Let's also turn off the area. But then the question is, why are we not able to move? So all the engines are on. Okay, I'm gonna save. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect and I'm gonna try to fly forwards and up at the same time. I think we are too heavy. Are we really too heavy? That's such a shame. To be fair, it was one of the possibilities. I still don't get why it was the gear. Ah, that is so annoying. So we really are too heavy. Not even all these large thrusters are enough. Wow. I only need to get it into space once. What could I do to launch the ship? Oh my god, this is so endlessly frustrating. We cannot tilt the ship so we can fly up in any way. No, we probably won't have... We have a little bit more thrust if we combine upwards and the forwards thrust. But if we grind too much over the floor, we'll blow up our ship. Backwards is not that much thrust. We have barely any. We have some hydrogen thrusters at the top and some hydrogen thrusters here. And then we have some large thrusters in the back. And we can tilt the ship partially. We just cannot get off the ground. No. Alright. Well, one thing is at least done. We are free of the ice. So, my apologies, but we are going to have to do some adjustments to the ship. And it will probably take a while before I can get this thing flight worthy then. I need to install a lot more hydrogen thrusters in certain spots. Yeah. So we're gonna have to install them like right here. We're gonna have to install them like right here somewhere. Probably gonna just install another row of hydrogen thrusters next to these. Frustrating. But we can move the ship a little bit when we have all the thrusters on, which means that we're at least close to the movement. We can fly forwards as well, which means that if we can get off the ice and point upwards, we're already fairly close to it. But we at least need a few more episodes to get into space. We're getting close, but we're almost there. This long episode is now finally coming to an end. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a more successful episode after this one. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.